Tinkerbell, a silent cry at midnight. Tinkerbell flew, home as the last traces of daylight faded into the quiet of night. Her little treehouse glowed softly in the moonlight, a cozy refuge after a long day of exploring Pixie Hollow. She pushed open the door, set her bag of supplies down, and sighed deeply. Finally, some rest, she murmured, lighting a small lantern on her workbench. As she prepared to relax, a strange silence settled over the forest. The usual buzz of crickets and rustling leaves was absent, replaced by an unsettling stillness. Tinkerbell frowned and leaned out of her window. Then, faintly, it came. A distant, sorrowful cry carried by the cold night air. Her heart skipped. She strained her ears, hoping she'd imagined it. But the cry came again, this time clearer. It was a sound of pure desperation, a call for help. Grabbing her lantern and a pouch of pixie dust, she took off into the night. The cry led her deep into the forest, where the air grew colder and an eerie mist began to rise. Finally, she reached an unfamiliar clearing. In the center stood an old, crumbling well, its stones covered in moss. The sound echoed from its depths. "Hello! Is someone down there?" Tinkerbell called. The crying stopped abruptly, replaced by a faint whisper. "Help me." Tinkerbell hesitated, her wings trembling. Something about the whisper felt wrong, but her kind heart refused to ignore the plea. Summoning her courage, she sprinkled herself with extra pixie dust and began to descend. The deeper she went, the colder and darker it became. At last, she reached the bottom, where a dim glow illuminated a fragile figure bound by shadowy chains. A fairy, her form pale and flickering like a dying ember. "Who are you?" Tinkerbell asked, holding her lantern higher. "I am Lyra," the figure whispered. "I've been trapped here for years, cursed by a shadow that sought to consume the light of Pixie Hollow. You are the first to hear my cry." Tinkerbell's wings fluttered nervously. "How can I free you?" "The chains are bound by the moon's light. Bring it here, and I will be free," Lyra said, her voice weak but hopeful. Tinkerbell nodded. "I'll be back." She flew out of the well and into the clearing. Gazing at the moon, she quickly devised a plan. Using a large silver leaf, she collected dewdrops that sparkled in the moonlight. Positioning the leaf carefully, she directed the light down into the well. The moonlight struck the chains, and they dissolved into wisps of smoke. Lyra's dim form brightened, her wings shimmering with vibrant colors once more. "You've saved me," Lyra said, her voice strong now. Before Tinkerbell could respond, the ground trembled. Shadows pooled together, forming a towering, menacing figure with glowing red eyes. "Foolish fairy," it snarled. "You dare undo my work?" Tinkerbell's heart pounded, but she stood her ground. "Leave Pixie Hollow. You don't belong here." The shadow lunged, but Tinkerbell threw her pixie dust into the air, the golden sparkles colliding with the darkness. Lyra joined in, channeling the moonlight into a beam that pierced the shadow. With a final deafening screech, the creature dissolved into the night. The clearing fell silent, the air warm and alive again. Lyra turned to Tinkerbell with a grateful smile. "You've done more than save me. You've protected all of Pixie Hollow. Take this as a gift." She handed Tinkerbell a crystal glowing with moonlight. Tinkerbell held the crystal close, its light filling her with warmth. "Thank you, Lyra. I'll keep it safe." As Lyra flew off into the night, Tinkerbell returned home, her treehouse glowing brighter than ever. The crystal sat on her workbench, a reminder of her bravery and the light that would always protect Pixie Hollow.